Do you love your characters, or do they drive you insane at times, or
Yes,
both?
both. Yeah,
Do you,
I do love them. Even the bad guys, even the ones I kill.
even Ramsay Bolton?
You know, Ramsay's a misunderstood fellow.
What are we misunderstanding?
He had a hard childhood.
There's a good excuse. Do you like killing your characters?
No, I don't.
Then
But
why do you do it so
I do-
much, George?
I do think it needs to be done.
Big fan of death up there. Okay.
You know, Valar Morghulis, all men must die. I think it's part of life, and art needs to reflect life. Particularly if you're writing a fantasy novel, an epic fantasy novel. Certainly, since the days of Tolkien, so many fantasy novels have been about war. I mean, there's a war at the center of Lord of the Rings. You know, the Sauron and his great armies of orcs and Southlings and Easterlings and other lings are all moving out, and the free men of the West are fighting against them. And of course, in my books, there's a considerably more complicated war going on. But you look at all of the other writers who've been in between, and there's wars and wars and wars. Now, I'm not saying you have to write about war. There are many other interesting things to write about, and I've written about some of them. I don't have a war in all my books, but if I'm going to write about war, if any writer is going to write about war, then I want him to treat war honestly. And one thing I know about war from people who served in Vietnam and served in other wars is, it does bring out the beast in men, and anybody can die. It doesn't matter if you're the hero. I think everybody who died in any war thought they were the hero right till the moment that the bullet blew off the top of their skull. So it irritates me when I'm watching a movie or reading a book, and the hero is going through incredible dangers, him and his 6 buddies, and none of them die. You know, maybe one of them gets wounded at some point, but they all survive pretty much untouched at the end.